This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The new Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, wasting no time coming to the aid of youngsters who have been gearing up for the annual Frank Pancho-Ramming National Primary School Track and Field Championships. The three-day event, which was reportedly on the verge of being cancelled, will take place starting tomorrow morning.
Let me say thank you again to the Minister and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture in cooperation with Ministry of Education for their decision not to disappoint the nation's primary school athletes. To our new Providence and Grand Bahama primary school athletes, it may seem not to be a big thing because they have events every other week in their islands. But to the remaining family, it is something they love and they look forward to. And when it's cancelled or postponed, that's a whole class of young potential Olympians and Olympian gold medalists we lose. It is a vision that after this event, a detailed report will be presented so that plans for the 2018 can begin and all concerned can begin preparation early.
Special Olympics Bahamas has partnered with Alive in hopes of providing more opportunities for athletes. It's a 3-year sponsorship worth $45,000.
We at Alive are extremely proud and happy to assist the Special Olympics in the Bahamas with all of their events, beginning as the title sponsor for the National Track and Field Meet this Saturday, May the 27th. We will also be sponsoring Christmas events in Grand Bahama and Abaco later this year.
This is the first partnership that we've had since coming to the Bahamas in 1978. We believe what we have here today is a win-win-win-win situation. Alive obviously wins because wherever Special Olympics Bahamas goes, we will carry the Alive name with us. Special Olympics Bahamas wins simply because we've been looking for this type of a funding to be able to create and innovate new programs for a long time. The general public wins because they now get to see exactly what athletes with special needs can do.
Dr. Ricky Davis is the lead physician for the Commonwealth Youth Games, which will take place here in New Providence this July, and this is definitely a big undertaking.
We have 138 athletes that will be representing the Bahamas. We will have doctors that will be covering those athletes with the events that they're participating in. We're asking the local as well as the private sector to volunteer. That include Doctors Hospital, that include anybody who works at any private clinic, walk-in clinic, or whatever type of clinic that you work in. I find a lot of persons that keep on asking, how much are you going to pay? God knows if I had the money, y'all would have gotten paid. But you know the good thing about it, believe it or not, we're ready. This isn't something we just started. When I started about 25, 26 years ago, I don't know if you all remember the Bahama Games. I was one of the doctors who was in charge for the Bahama Games. That's when we brought all of the athletes from the various islands. That's when we discovered Chris Brown. So I'm hoping to God we could discover some new athletes here and they can go on to be outstanding better than Chris Brown and anybody else.
From the pro basketball ranks, postseason action getting underway last night in Argentina. Olympico held off Instituto 78-76 to take a 1-0 series lead. David Nesbitt finishing up with 13 points and 4 rebounds. Game 2 is set for tomorrow. On to the minor league baseball diamond now. Lucius Fox was 2 for 5 last night with a run scored for Bowling Green. They won big over South Bend 11-1. Todd Isaacs going 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored for Lake County in a 10-3 loss to Lansing. Champ Short, meantime, held hitless in Binghamton's 5-4 win over Richmond. Weather conditions not conducive for fishing in North Andros this past weekend. But as Julian Gibson tells us, that was only part of the reason as to why more anglers didn't show up to one of the most anticipated tournaments of the year.
The low turnout of fishermen for the Frankana Red Bay Snapper Fishing Tournament was simply embarrassing. Many persons blame it on the results of the recent general election.
They want mix with the F&M crew. I don't know what reason, but they don't want mix. The PLP stay home. They got a Morris boat in Red Bay anyhow, so I think that's the problem.
I saw it last night at the crowd turned out that normally I would expect that park to be filled with people, but I think persons here are still in that election mode. Some decided not to come out, some decided not to fish, but we'll get over this.
Election is something that comes every 5 years, and we have to grow and understand that after that day, we are one community, and we have to work towards making our community better. And for what I'm seeing, I'm disappointed with the amount of participants, but we hope that next year, with more public relations or better public relations, it can be better.
So what's going to happen moving forward? Because Chairman Alfonso Smith says that he's giving up.
It has to be someone from Red Bay, one of the younger gentlemen, Clarence Gilbert would be a good person, a George Woodside would be another good person, even my good friend Larry Newton would be a good person to take this over.
Alfonso has made a phenomenal contribution to the community of North Andros over the past 20-25 years. There are persons who are going to have to come in and fill his shoes, and if it ends up me, then I'd be more than happy, because this is home. This is where I love. This is what I love to be. This is where I like to participate. And if I have to throw my hat in the ring to ensure that it continues, I'm sure I will have Alfonso Smith's support, because he's my best friend on Andros bar none. And I will support him in anything and any venture that he pursues in life.
Hopefully 2018 can be a bounce-back year. Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
Sheldon Gibson has done his fair share for youth sailing in the country. He started here in the capital and is now branching out to South Andros and Mangrove Key.
I started last year to do some things with the young people here, but we didn't get too far with it, because where I was, split between Nassau and here, because my program with CV Bethel still goes on. But I hope this year to do a little bit more this way, because I'm nearing retirement now, so it's time for me to get into this a little bit harder.
A new national sailing body was supposed to have been voted on at the National Family Island Regatta last month. However, that hit a bit of a snag.
We were advised that we needed to make sure that more boat owners had actually agreed to the formation of the federation. So what we were able to do was we were able to get the owners. There were about 70 owners, I think, that were there. We were able to get them to confirm interest in forming the federation, and then we also got confirmation on the constitution of the federation as well.
So where do you go from here now?
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to continue canvassing the owners in different islands where we haven't reached, and then we're going to look at trying to get nominations done at the Long Island Regatta.
When can we see the election coming off and everything final process?
Yeah, once we get the nominations done, it should be about a 4-week turnaround, and then preferably we'll have everything going so that we can move forward in a strong, unified way.
And that'll do it for sports. Stay tuned, check on weather still to come.